Welcome to Dota Minus, better than Dota Plus, and it's free. Today is November 11th, 2021, a Thursday, and yeah, yeah, this episode as well is gonna be a little late. The last one, I hope you skipped the last one and just came here instead, because today I actually have one thing to talk about, and hopefully it's gonna span just enough for 15 minutes because I feel like 10 minutes is a bit cringe, 5 minutes is fucking pathetic, you know? So, yeah, I mean, sure, there's a whole DPC shit that dropped, like, this morning actually, with how, DPC, PGL, I really don't fucking care about, any of it. Not that it's announced, but it's more like, alright, that's happening, alright, good, I can't wait for the game to start, you know? So that's that, right? Like, I don't want to talk about it, in terms of like this organization got into this region, so we got we're doing none of that shit here. Actually, right now I want to check my podcast metrics of how it's fucking doing. This podcast. Okay, wait, it's gonna be like all the way down to the ground. I'm not getting. Let's see. It's stabilizing, right? Like, I started the podcast like early October. 72 downloads. I don't. It's a 28. I actually have 28 downloads. That's okay. All right. That's pretty impressive. Are people actually listening to this? I don't know. I don't know why I'm always super like negative about my own shit here. I don't know. Maybe it's a coping mechanism with who I am as a person. Because I don't know. As growing up, I always felt like being harder on yourself and thinking that you were worthless and being self-aware of it was much better than being like extremely brash, arrogant, and being an asshole to everyone. Because I've seen a lot of assholes. I mean, just the way I grew up. I was the odd one out. Growing as a kid, I really didn't have any friends in preschool. Isn't that kind of sad? I remember having no friends at all in preschool, and it just kind of like in kindergarten, elementary, I made friends, but they didn't feel like they were friends. I don't know. That's it's a very depressing avenue to go down on. My own childhood shit that kind of think about could have been better, but I feel like that's the thing with life, right? Of how your past could have been better, but because of the faults of your past, it's the person you are today. And with me, life has never been. I was about to lie. I was about to be like, life has never been better. When it's just like, hey, look, life is shit wall to wall. Take it one day at a time. And hopefully, opportunities will come, and maybe you should also yourself capitalize on those opportunities and be a better person. And I haven't been a better person as of late, so maybe I don't deserve it. But besides all that, Gargan. So with all these organizations, with EU Dota, NA Dota, and I'm just like, all right, let's just see how the Dotes comes out. But what more importantly though is that my video is finally on the Arkosh YouTube. I'm finally now the official, no, not even official. I'm just an editor with the video that's coming out. And the next video that I'm working on is actually one with AUI 2000. And I'm just looking at the games, the comms, just makes me lose my shit every single time. Because, mind you, subtitle editing, very, very easy. Very easy. Literally anyone can do it, right? But here's the catch. It's a very mundane and boring task. It's very, very time consuming. And when you have to, like, guess who's speaking and then color code it, it's even fucking harder. So it's like where I have to slave away and do it. Like, I don't mind doing it, but it's like, it can make anyone who hates mundane tasks go very, very crazy. And I'm not crazy. I swear, I'm not crazy at all. But yeah, within that video, I did voice the beginning, and my favorite part is actually when I say Arkosh, then I do get over here with Pudge's hook, and I don't know, I just really like that. I like stroking my own ego in that way. I like to compliment myself because no one else will. I just it's better that way, isn't it? And also recently I watched League of Legends Arcane anime series. Now, I might be very, very pro Dota. I love making anti-League shit because League is shit. It's a dog shit game. Any any Riot game you play just leaves you with this gaping hole in your heart, right? Because when I'm playing League, I'm like, man, I could be playing Dota right now. And when I'm playing Valorant, I go, man, why am I playing Valorant? And when I'm playing TFT, I'm like, man, no wonder if I can quit this game. Because, I tried TFT's, very, very, oh my god, I used to make I made one TFT meme video very long ago on this channel, but it's complete dog shit. I mean, I pruned my artifact videos on here as well, just trying to make Dota centric. But auto chess games, nah. Like, I feel like auto chess's popularity killed a lot of card game hype, right? Because I don't know how Runeterra is doing. Artifact is 6 feet under. I think Magic's doing okay because it's fucking Magic. Hearthstone is God, fucking Hearthstone or Blizzard in general, because I know that Overwatch 2 and like the new Diablo shit got delayed indefinitely until 2023. You know, fucking they changed Jesse McCree's name to fucking like what Cole Cassidy, fucking Quick Draw McDonald. Yeah, Cole Cassidy. I personally love Quick Draw McDonald though. That's a good fucking cowboy name. Holy shit. But yeah, with League's that was a huge tangent. I apologize for that. But with League's Arcane, that it's very very good. I've only watched 3 episodes. I watched with my brother. He plays League himself. He only watched the first episode. With the when it became live on Twitch and other content creators and streamers. He already knew what was happening, but when it came around, episode 2, episode 3. It's like where it was very, very good, and I like how they took their time with like the beginning of the story. Now, the thing with Dota, because a lot of people are comparing the Dota anime and a League anime, and I feel like it's very unfair of how like they're treated, because in a way they're treated like equals, right? Because with Dota being an animated series, Arcane itself is also animated series, but is Arcane anime, right? Because you have a Studio Mir working on Dota, and you have the whole debacle of if Avatar and the Last Airbender or Korra is anime, and some people say yes, it is anime, or some people are like no, it is not anime, and they'll be like, if for an anime, it needs to be in Japanese and it needs to be made in Japan, right? But the thing is that majority of Japanese anime is actually outsourced to places like in Korea, for example. Like it's actual like legit slave labor and a dark underbelly of the anime industry. But not to just like ruin your fucking night, but just like a lot of places and businesses have this dark underbelly. Is the main reason why we're able to get all this like good Chinese cartoon content. And so it's like, where does that argument really go, right? Because Arcane, I do see it as, oh yeah, it's animated. Is it anime? But with Dota, I lean more towards anime, because I don't know, it's just style, right? Because I love both of their styles. Arcane style, I fucking love it. Dota as well, Um, but I like how with V and Powder, actually no, yeah, before I talk about it, I'm gonna do no spoilers whatsoever. Even with Dota's Dragon Blood, I'm not gonna do any spoilers on that. I am excited for book 2. But anyways, in Arcane, it follows 2 champions from League. One is Vi, the brawler girl with big fists that punches people in like the ass or some shit. And in Powder, which is Jinx. Jinx is like crazy bitch with like the guns, rockets, and like the clappers, I guess, right? The bear traps, right? It's like one of Riot's biggest poster girls and shit. But the way that Arcane does their storytelling is where they stick with only those 2 characters, like as a childhood, and how within this only one specific region of the politics, the storyline, and how it's like progressing like to this tension that will probably break out and all the shit, right? And funnily enough, when you look at like how it's rated 14, and Dota is 17. It's like, all right, let's see how gory and awful Arcane is. And do you think that Arcane would pussyfoot around, because Riot does pussyfoot around a lot of things, especially when it comes down to a woman in the workplace, right? Riot's way too busy harassing women to make a good video game. But Let's see. Oh god, I almost made it. I almost dropped a major spoiler in the fucking. Oh shit! I need to really watch what I say. But basically, I like how Arcane's like beginning is like very close and small knit, and gives you more introduction with like these characters and these, and then those characters matter, and just like weaves it in really really well for 3 episodes, right? Because this is an 8 episode series, and Dota was like what 8 or 9, and I know that Ashley Miller on Twitter said that they had to cut out like what 4, 5, 10 minutes or something. I know it's below 15 minutes, but like animation time is like worth so much of like showing like one scene, like a dialogue, like a character. And with Dota's anime, you have no, big Chinese mega corporation backing it up with like all this money, all its connections to make sure that the product is like, all right, it's gonna be high quality, very good, full throttle. With Dota, it's more like, oh, we'll just put, some money here. Let's see how, this very fairly mid-budget anime is gonna, be like, or, dare I say, pretty low budget, because while the animation style is very crude, I guess, compared to Arcane, because Arcane combines that nice 3D, like, unique. They do they even do some 3D? Because I know in Dota they do some 3D stuff there with like DK Dragon Knight, the Davion like on the horse in the beginning. Um, but yeah, they both have their own like art styles, which I personally do like. But Arcane does have that, it packs more punch because of that production value with Tencent and Riot, you know. So it's like Riot's ambitions with Arcane is to make a really good series, and they definitely did that. And a lot of people are like, "Oh, I wish Dota had the same thing." And it's like, with Dota, you don't get anything, and these are the scraps from the table. And with me, I'm like, "Oh boy, scraps from the table. I'll fucking take it." And with Dota anime, I went in going, you know what? This is gonna be mediocre as fuck. I thought it was gonna be complete dog shit, just like any other video game to movie slash TV show slash anime, right? They're all dog shit. I've watched a whole bunch of Final Fantasy movies, and holy shit, one was semi decent. All of it was trash, and I don't know the names because they were all the same basically. It's not good. It's not good. But well, yeah, but with Dota's introduction, it's like quick, short, pretty nice. Oh, he's Davion, the fucking dragon that slayed the dragon. He's a Dragon Knight fucking fuck, right? Fuck. Fucking Dragon Knight. Fuck Davion, right? Marana wants to fuck the Dragon Knight. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, so they're both in their different leagues, and they both like are trying to be something else from each other. Like Arcane and like Riot's main objective is to make League of Legends like the best mainstream outreach, get many fans as possible underneath an umbrella, so that they could slowly slowly cook their brains with the league gameplay, right? Make them little. God, I was going there with something, but now I just made cringe because I just had a conversation with someone where they said that League ruined their what was it? I mean, look, it was just a conversation a few hours ago. Let's see. Game tolerance, yeah. So the game tolerance is that with League, it's very high paced, right? You know, do your skill shots. Maybe you want to kill yourselves afterward because you couldn't land them. But it's like a dopamine on a completely different level than Dota, right? Like Dota has its dopamine moments, but League is constantly that, right? You gotta make plays, you gotta move, you have your skill shots, you have your, flash, It's that constant, like, Twitch shooter, right? It's like the Call of Duty of MOBAs. That is what League is. League is like lightning checkers, and Dota is more like 4D chess. Very, very complicated, but when those, high tense moments do happen, holy shit, a dopamine hits like none other, and that addictive quality makes you want to go for it, right? Back onto the point of how, Riot is trying to make League like a more mainstream kind of thing. I was gonna shit on how, like, Riot just wants to make, drones of fans that would, give them a shit ton of money, which they already do, right? They have so many fans that are willing to pay $120 for gun skins on their account, right? And a lot of people give, that's Valorant, by the way, just in case. But the thing is that people make the argument, oh, CS:GO has all these insane, skin prices. Riot can, completely do it too. The difference is, though, is that CS:GO has economy in which you could actually buy, trade, all that bullshit. But with Valorant, it's more like, all right, buddy, on this day, this is an exclusive skin. It's going to be $500. And within 5 days, if you don't get it, you'll never get it again. And so it's like, where it's like, I mean, alright, if that's your business practice, go for it. And people do buy their shit. I know someone who buys every single one that comes out. And he's not that good at Valorant. And at the same time, barely fucking plays it. He doesn't play it at all, but still wants the cool-ass skins. There's a lot of players like that, by the way, right? Where they think they're pretty good at the game, but are complete dog shit. There's too many of those out there. I mean, I just had one in my Dota game when I played on my, not a Smurf account, my other account that I play, Ability Draft on. I'm not a Smurfer, I swear, Gaben. I don't want to be banned, please. I gave you so much money. What was my point with this? But yeah, League's identity is to become massive as possible and reach the ears of many people. Because if you mention Dota to any normie, they have no idea what it is. But the moment you mention it's like League of Legends, then they're like, oh, I know League of Legends. My brother plays it, right? And you're like, all right. And then you have to follow up with, Dota. They just had its like biggest tournament ever for $40 million, and that's when they're that's when they light up, right? Like they're like, holy fuck, $40 million? That's a shit ton of money. And yes, it is a shit ton of money. So Riot just goes for that, advertisement. They're pumping out all this like content. You have Arcane, multiple games. Finally, that's copying a few from Dota already. But with Dota, no advertisement. It's all about the word of mouth. The player base is stagnating. Players who play Dota, but people who watch Dota and love Dota content are still, there, right? Because a huge misconception is with Dota is that it's a dying game. But I remember when I started playing in 2014, around 2016, 2017, I think that's the biggest drop ever in Dota, if you remember, right? It was like way below 500,000 or something, right? 300,000, 400,000 players. People are like, yep, game's dead. But like the game is still chugging along all these years later, right? And the thing with Dota is that Dota will never ever reach the popularity or like, the brutal fanfare of what League has. And that's fine, right? Because Dota is, very intricate, very hard game to go into. It's not, newcomer friendly. I mean, League isn't as well at all, right? But Dota has that extra few layers of that complexity, which turns a lot of people off. And that's fine, right? But when it comes down to like what Dota's mark should be, it's to never like go for the top. It should just be a self, like, how should I word this? Because it's like, that's what Dota's place is, right? It won't be like League of Legends, but it's like its own unique game where it's like one of its kind, and we should appreciate for it because it's such a gem of a game. I mean, it's all I fucking play anyway, right? Ever since I got addicted and I started in 2014, just like, I did not watch TI4, even though I made my account at the beginning of January. I remember hearing about TI, but it's not until TI5 that Wings won, right? Let me look it up. I think TI5 winners. No, I mixed it up. TI5 was EG. TI6 was Wings. I can't believe it. I mixed it up because I graduated school around 2016, right? So I remember EG. Oh, I see now because I actually made a documentary on EG's international and in school as a very final project. And then So in 2016, before I graduated, it was my mind is all over the place. I think just stressed with work. I'm really tired. I really didn't want. When I was at work, I was like, oh man, I can't wait to do the podcast. And once I got home, I'm like, fuck, I don't want to do the podcast. And I forced myself to do it, but I feel like, yeah, it's this. Oh, the Twitter. Actually, people, yeah. You know what? I should not have social media up while I'm doing a podcast. It's fucking cringe. I should not do that. See, I lost my train of thought again, but yeah, so 2015, I remember, seeing that shit go down, did that for my project. I did pretty well it's funny because it was a film theory class, and I managed to turn a paper on the history of film and other bullshit because you have to do a niche. But instead, I decided to do a complete like a self-edited documentary about the international. And my teacher was like, "This was not the fucking." My teacher was like, "This is okay." My professor was like, "This is not the fucking thing here. This was." Wait, what did she say? She was like, "This was not the directed assignment, but that was unique. You pass." But she just gave me like a B plus, right? Because I guess she felt like I don't know. I dropped out anyway. um, but yeah, fuck. Ti. Let's see. I want to go with like yeah, but with League and Arcane, it's a comparing apples to oranges, right? You gotta enjoy it for what it is. And I was talking to my brother earlier with like how League is such a awful fucking game, but the artwork, right? The artwork is fucking great. I was going to say the community, then I realized community is just as bad as the game, right? But like their animations, right? Their lore. I mean, I really don't give a shit about League's lore, but at least it's like pretty interesting. Of like some character designs. Like Victor is a badass. Vel'Koz, Pantheon. Those are like two of my Pantheon and Vel'Koz are two of my favorite champions in League. Actually, it's the main reason why I got into League. But the thing is that I'm not even level 30, even after all these years, because I just love Dota more as a game. Because remember what I said before? When I play League, I go, God damn it, I could be playing Dota right now. Every single time. I'm always disappointed in myself when I load up League, just playing with friends. I'm like, are we doing ARAMs? ARAMs are like so fucking boring, Like, all I did was like, I need Kale. Yeah. I remember just fucking around, and Kale is, what's the best way to put it? Imagine Kale to be like a really shitty Legion commander, right? So, okay, she's a mix of Legion commander, Dazzle, Oracle. I guess so, yeah, because her W it gives you heal and attack speed, right? And her ultimate makes her be able to be not killed and increases her attack speed or some shit like that, right? And then all I would do was just max out heal, get support items, just heal my team, And you're like, dude, what the fuck are you doing? I'm like, I'm healing. It's great, right? And you're like, no, it's not. But that's just how it is sometimes. That's how I play my video games. I like it. What was this? I guess I could talk. Let me add a note here on my Google Docs because I did want to talk about gacha games. Actually, from speaking of gambling in video games, right? They're right. Or Valve, I should say. Riot doesn't do much gambling, do they? I sure hope they don't. Loot boxes? I mean, I already dumped so much money in Dota. Anyway, how long have I been rambling on for? Oh shit, already 23 minutes. This is good. I actually have something to talk about, so... And I just realized I've been way too excited about a topic, and I might have spoken way too fast, and maybe I couldn't be understood, so... Deep apologies for that. I need to work on my speaking skills, my social skills, and just being able to talk to people in general. Let's see. Yeah, but that's my two thoughts on like Arcane and Dota. I will have more thoughts on it as more episodes do come out, and then book 2 comes out for Dota. Like, I'm fine with Dota not going to be as big as League, and besides, it's like where. Yeah, I'm not going to give a few more opinions on this because a lot of people are like, the average player. Now, what is the average player, right? I feel for League, the average player is someone who does not give a shit about the meta. They just want to queue up a game with their friends and have fun. That's what a lot of people want to do, right? Just go into a pub with 4 of your friends, and they really don't give a shit about the outcome of the game, but the outcome of the game in the end is just to have fucking fun, right? And I've talked to a lot of League players, and that's the sentiment, right? Where they go in with the game and just have the time of their lives, stupid ass shit. But then that's when like the seriousness comes in, right? You've been playing a game for a while. Oh hey, I could definitely be good at the game. Let's min-max it. What's the best skill build? What's the meta? What's the best champion? And then that thing adds up in ranked, right? When people, play ranked. but then that, try hardness leaks into regular, matches, right? Same thing in Dota. That's one of the two things that the two games definitely have in common. Like, if you try to play Turbo in Dota, you still have a lot of tryhards that'll call you the N-word because you're not trying hard enough when you're just trying to chill, right? So I want to have a nice chill game in Turbo, but then, that happens. Because you know why? That happened to me. I went, I went Enigma Midas, and someone called me the N-word. Yeah, thank you, Dota. Thank you very much. Yeah, Midas is pretty bad in Turbo, but that does not condone the N-word, right? And, oh, God, see, I just lost my train of thought. I'm just thinking about the N-word. Thank you. Thank you, God, I gotta be very careful what I talk about here. I don't want to be canceled, What if I, become a really good editor for Arkosh, I make a decent amount of money, and I go, you know what? Time to become a Dota personality. And then they find this, and you're like, hey, remember this time? You said the N-word. N-word right here. That's really bad. You deserve to be fired. And then I'll be out of a job. I start doing heroin. Then you find my body someplace in the woods 20 years later, perfectly preserved, nice. That'd be a baller way to go out, And with Dota, you have a lot of people who love the game so fucking much, but just do not want to play it. I can't understand that. I personally cannot understand that. The game is so much fucking fun to play. Actually, then again, yesterday I grinded out like ability draft and Dota, and I think like 60% of the games I was not happy. I was just in that brain rot state of, oh fuck, what a shitty game, Not the game itself, but that one game I played, or a few games I played, I should say, to specify, to be accurate. I feel that's just the nature of like what the MOBA is, right? You play for a long time, you get fairly decent at the game, then you want to climb, and when you climb, you realize that, oh hey, I deserve to be a higher rank, etc., etc., etc. And the average player kind of goes with that, right? Like where the average, let's see, let me look it up. Let's see, League of Legends average rank. Okay, that was the first thing that came up. So the rank distribution. Okay, gold. It's not gold. Majority of players are like silver. Yeah, so bronze, silver, and gold. Iron is like Herald, but below Herald. That's how bad Iron players are. If you ever want to see how bad it is, you could watch Salty Timo on Twitch, and it's a fucking trip. Because imagine like the worst fucking players ever having Arcanas, and then they're like fucking each other in the ass. It's fucking fun. But yeah, golds. Okay, so let me have it side to side with Dota 2 average rank. Yeah, same thing here. October 14th, 2021. That's recent enough, right? Let's see. Yes, it's interesting. Yeah. So, yeah, I'm a top 1%. Is he even top 1%? A Herald. No, Guardian 5. August 2021. Oh, this is very, very interesting. 100%. 100%. Oh, it goes all the way back to April. I see. So let's start from the beginning, shall we? November 2020. So actually Archon 1 through 5. That's interesting because in 2019, the average MMR was actually around Legend. So what happened was that Legend used to be around like 3K, like pretty like 3.5K, 3.6K, and then Gold is around the same thing there, right? But then now 2K is like the mid tier, and 2K is like similar with Gold, right? Or is, no. Yeah, 2K is like with Gold, Bronze like 1K, and then 500 MMR below Iron, and same thing with like Herald, and then again some people can have like 50 MMR, which is quite insane to say the least. But let's see here, Legend. Yeah, so if you're Legend, you're a bit above average. If you're Archon, you're completely average. No, and here's the thing. So with Archon players, it's like the average player would be like, yeah, I do casual ranked. Like that. No, I meant they play casual games and then sometimes do ranked. And however, when some of these ranked ranked players get completely stomped by Smurfs, and they're like, you know what? I don't want to play this anymore. Let me play my own game. So they themselves make a Smurf and then crush Heralds and the Guardians. And that's just how majority of Smurfs are, unfortunately. Or game ruiners, right? Account buyers, because there are some account buyers in both games. Account buying does ruin games, after all. It's really unfortunate when, like, you have an undying position forward that ruins your lane. I do believe Jenkins made a video on it where a 50 MMR Herald bought an account and played with, like, top Dota pros and just completely feeds it. Isn't it funny how that's like the anti, like, get fucked high ranked players than do Smurf, right? Just ruin. You have a low MMR players infest the top bracket with like all these dog shit games, Immortal players on Suicide Watch. Very, very nice. Let's see. But that's the average player, It's like where they play the game, they love the game, but they're like, you know what? I don't want to play anymore. But all the content that comes out following all these, personalities and people, the community, and I remember talking with my brother before we watched Arcane. Yeah, this was the point I wanted to make earlier. I'm like, the game's dog shit, but at least like the lore and the porn is great. And my brother had to do a double take. He said, "You said what?" And I'm like, "You heard me. Did I stutter?" League porn. It's creme de la creme. Very, very nice. Unfortunately, Dota does not have the same amount, right? But the caliber of like some artists, my boy Surapoi, he's the one that actually made the Dota minus avatar. Funnily enough, he does not know about the podcast because when I commissioned him, and he doesn't really take much commissions, I'm like, all right, buddy, I just need a really cute illustration of my Phoenix with a burnt box and a microphone. And I gave him a very, very fucked up sketch of Phoenix on Microsoft Paint. And he was like, all right, sure. And he posted it, said it was for a friend. Good shit, right? But I don't advertise this podcast at all. I made a Twitter for it, but I haven't posted jack shit. I only follow like the Dota thing. I don't plan to use the Twitter in quite some time. I just want to at least pump some shit out on here. Because social media stuff, I don't want to get into it in terms of like being way too active on social media. Even though I mentioned about Twitter not too long ago, it's like where with Twitter, it's like a great place to like communicate and talk to people within the community. And the one community that I do like is Dota, the personalities, esports, just to see what, speaking of esports, let me add CSGO to the list here because I do want to talk about it. Let's see, CSGO Major. I lost my train of thought. I was going to CSGO Major. Shit! I have really bad. Oh yeah, using social media, that's right. Holy fuck. With social media, it's like, it's very addictive. You have so many, like, people with, no cognitive ability to just have a straightforward conversation. Or just any, like, human decency on Twitter. Because it's just a dark underbelly to it. With, like, people wanting to get their likes, ratio. Or I feel like a boomer just trying to talk about social media. But basically, I do not want to be addicted to that, flow. I used to make really cringy memes on Reddit and love getting the upvotes, I used to make iFunny comics all the way back in the day. Those interactive iFunny comics where it's like, oh, which decision did you decide to do? 2 swipes if you do this, 1 swipe if you do that. I used to make those. I used to be very, very popular on there, But one day I got a new phone and then I forgot the password to it and then I contacted support and I was like, yeah, hey, I'm the owner of this account. I have my email here. Could you help me? And they're like, no. I'm like, all right, okay. They're just like, no. They didn't give a shit back then. And I'm glad they didn't because my name would probably be that then, And I'm never going to be telling the name of that account because I have a lot of cringe on there. And cringe is bad, I know I'm cringe, but that cringe I cannot do. It's way too much even for me to handle. It's pretty fucked up. Mm-hmm. All right, so I talked about the social media stuff. I could talk about gacha, but let's talk about a CSGO major. All right, so I'm not good at CSGO. And I do believe the major. Okay, CS:GO Stockholm, right? Yeah, Stockholm major. As you know, Navi won $2 million prize pool, and then adult film star Eva Elfie congratulated Simple and Navi. I no longer understand life. Oh, that's fucking funny as fuck. Yeah, but the major was fucking kick ass. As soon as I got out of a shower, I sat down to watch the major, and let me tell you, that last game was fucking insane. My knowledge of the game is very very limited. Like all I know is that AK has one of the highest damages, but the recoil is very hard to control. So you have like really controlled like accurate sharpshooters with it, and holy shit, a really good player with an AK is amazing to watch. But also an op too, or AWP, the caster would always say, and I'm like, it's op, dude. Just say op. Don't say AWP. Op is such a cool fucking way to say, thing to say, honestly. Um, and with like that's like the majority I know with like what the guns do, but with the tactical gear, it's like the frag is like meant to use as a tool to force a enemy position to get out of a choke point, or just do damage to them and hopefully kill them. Molotov is it does that but better with AoE denial to make sure that the enemy like gets out. Where with frags you could kill players in a pro level, of course, but with Molotovs you rarely kill anyone with Molotov. And then there's the smoke, and I feel like smoke is one of the most important tools in CS, to where you need to put smoke down to be able to walk through dangerous points of where the enemy is peeking, especially with the sniper rifles and shit. And that's my that's the conclusion of my CS:GO shit right there. Oh yeah, congrats to Simple, by the way. He's now the uncrowned king, is now finally crowned. Good job, man. Good fucking job. Let's see. Valve needs to put more money into CS:GO too, by the way. I know Dota gets a lot of love, and I have a friend who's a huge CS:GO fan, and he's also a huge TF2 fan, right? And every single time he watches like the majors and shit, he's like, "Man, why, why does Dota get all the good shit, man?" And I'm like, "Dude, I don't fucking know either. I just play Dota. I just got lucky that Valve loves Dota, you know." I mean, the devs love Dota too, right? That's why the game is such. It's such a gem. I want to play Dota now. Fuck you guys. All right. I could talk about gacha games, but there's a what was it? Angel of Sacrifice? No, I don't want to. Fuck. The one gacha. So I played a Konosuba one, right? I'll talk about it later. There's a ReZero collaboration going on, but this new game is called Nikki, the Goddess of Victory. It's a Korean gacha game, I believe, to where Nike or Nikki, Nikke, is a there's a lot of jiggle physics if you know what that is, right? Let's see, 3 hours ago, reveal trailer. If you like it looks similar to Girls Frontline if you ever played that, but basically it seems like cute anime girls with a lot of frame rates, boobs, ass, Korean. If you like if you like Korean animated girls with like lots of tits and ass, this game's a thing for you actually. Oh, and then there's gonna be an announcement on the 17th. So yeah, on Monday I'll probably cover it for a little bit because I do really like gacha games. I tell myself, oh no more gacha games, but now I'm kind of addicted again. I just love that grind. I love that high. It's what I actually be on when I'm queuing in Dota, because sometimes Dota queues are like way too fucking long. So I just like pop some gacha games and be very very content for the next 3 hours because that's how long it takes for me to find a game. But yeah, holy shit, I rambled on. Yeah, thank you for listening for this fucking far. Holy shit, I wouldn't listen to me for this long. Why are you here? Fuck, man. All right, I'm gonna go render this out, upload it, and then I'll play some Dota. All right, thank you for listening, and good night, or good morning, or good afternoon, or whenever. Yeah, bye bye.